Metal craft history. In the northern Philippines, a suggestion of what could be the oldest sign of metal in the country appeared in the Musang Cave in Cagayan. This was a brass needle tentatively dated about 200 BC. In Palawan, bronze tools, glass beads and bracelets, and gold bits were dug up in Duyong, Uyaw, and Guri caves. Duyong Cave is dated between 300 to 500 BC, while Guri between 100 to 200 years BC. Uyaw Cave contained jar burials with bronze adzes and spears and was as old as the Duyong Cave. By this time, the use of metals is already widespread in the Old World and mainland of Asia. But its perseverance in these islands marked the beginning of a new set of changes that again altered the life way of the people and made pace of life much faster than the previous ones. Woodworking history in the Philippines. Paete is known to be the carving capital of the Philippines. The tradition of pag-ukit dates back since time of immemorial. Even the national hero, Jose Rizal, mentioned its work in one of his novels. The exquisite talent of the Paeteños have reached overseas, with some of their works reportedly displayed and used in some countries such as Vatican and United States. Paete, a port-class municipality that has a population of 25,096 as of 2015 in Laguna Province, was proclaimed the carving capital of the Philippines in 2005. It derives its name from the Tagalog word paet or chisel. When the Spaniards came, Paete was said to be a barangay that is peaceful under Gat Lacampuid. The Spaniards prior had this tradition of classifying towns that they built for honoring the saints. The town is made famous by craftsmen that are surely highly skilled in terms of wood carving and its embellishment. Paete was an exception. Legend has it that there was this one Franciscan priest who did the job by his superior to visit their settlement alongside to Laguna de Bay. Statues are one of the art forms that features prominently in the Catholic churches. These statues serve as a reminder for the key events, beliefs, and individuals in church history. The challenge for Paete sculptures and woodworkers are the wood that they are using are very rare, and then the wood is prohibited by the government. In the Philippines, they ban of cutting trees. So that's why the wood that are going to them are very few. As a result, their work got weakened and slowed down.
Paete is a Filipino word that means chisel. The story was that there was this Spanish priest asking for the name of the town. And there was this wood carver, who was doing his wood carving, that the Spanish priest was asking for the name of the instrument that he was using for wood carving. So he said, Paete. Says Paete. So the Spanish priest thought that that was the name of the town. So when they established the community there, so they named the town Paete.
Where's the brush? Because I didn't clean this. This is hardwood. My name is Danilo Cads. I was born in Paite, Laguna. Paete, my town province, they called capital carvings in the Philippines. Maybe 1970s to 80s. Almost all of the house and people in my town in Paete is wood carver before. And this is the influence to me to doing like that. My first artworks, my model is my daughter. She was seated into the bench with bag on the side. Then I have a lollipop in his hand. And in the background, I have a tree. Mahogany wood. Oh, hard. Very heavy. See? I like this one. The grain of the wood. This is some oil paint here. Only dry brush. Yeah, dry brush. This one color. That's why I do not put some color when the wood is very nice and good.
When I was 2 years old, my mother was gone, and my father is a carpenter, always in Manila to carpenter. And my family is famous of wood carver also. My brother and my sister are the same artists. When I was graduate in high school, I begin to carve because my brother teach me, Fred Valdemar teach me how to carve. First step, when I carve, the ear. Next is hand. Yes, you carve. And if you finish the hand, and the last face. The other, he always see me to prepare the wood to carve a religious item. My specialist is mother and child, religious item, all of religious item.
These churches are built in 1600 and we finished almost 100 years in 17 year. And as you can see, there are a lot of the carvings here. And some of the carvers here are made by my grandfather. This is carved by my grandfather and also my grand-uncle. Helped each other to carve this Last Supper. You can see the both of the face, that you can see all of this work are made by the hand. I can see all the techniques are made by this, but my grandfather has unique techniques. For now, I try to be a good more than that.
Paete is known for its taka. At the same time, it's also for its wood carving of religious icons and religious images. And they've supplied and they've given us many of the most wonderful religious pieces in the Philippines.
I have so many students here in high school, mostly high school, and 16 years old and above. Yes. Younger generation is, they are very fond of art, painting like that, but they are hardly proceed in wood carvings because wood carving is very hard to study. They are not making wood carvings because the wood is very rare. This is my problem in our hometown. Because the wood is prohibited by the government. That's why very rare. The wood is going here, but a few wood only, few wood.
We have year school here in inventory. When they are graduating, maybe 1 month or 2 months to graduate, they go to any kind of shop to learn how to carve. Then we are willing to tell them to the carvers here not to go out because so that the carving capital of the Philippines can stand. Even in another countries or another province, they told us that, that is carving capital, that is Paite. So that Paite can stand alone. Because the money said that the other said that they want that the carving here in Paite to give up. So I said, no, we cannot give up. We have so many young Koreans that are growing up. Then we will teach them to carve.
In Philippines, they banned to cut the tree. That's a big problem. That's why I interested to that tools of your artist. I tried to go stone carving because maybe in the future there's no wood. Like this time, we have a big problem to buy a wood, you know.
Now, the problem with this wood is that you can only plant it at a certain high elevation. So now there is a lack of the wood itself. My next plan is to help them look for a place where they can start to reforest, to plant that wood material again, so that they can see this wood back in their hometown.
I always stop to work with into the gallery. Start to be an artist. I always have to do always an order because it is very hard to, because my children is going to college. I have to support them to finish their college study. Even if I was 51 years old now, I hope my age going maybe 75 years old, but still strong, and that's why I had to keep to improve my ability to create my own artworks.
Maybe I am one of the youngest carving in this town, and I want to inspire the other young to get this job to carving. I want to share the experience to want to be a good carver.
Because my heart is in the artist wood carver. So I will continue carving. When I wake up in the morning, I carve because my chef is only there.
Philippine baskets are constructed from bamboo and rattan, and often the combination of the two, plating and twinning, produce a wide range of sizes and forms. Filipinos are basket for transportation and farm work, food service and storage, fishing and trapping, clothing, and to carry personal items. Backpack with lid or sangi. The Botok Sangi, a plated backpack with lid, feature a heavy rattan shoulder strap. Men normally use the sangi for carrying a wide variety of items, rice, meat, beans, lunch tools, and even on occasion small children. Due to its versatility, Cordillera men find it especially handy for carrying needed items when going to trips or work. Basket for roasted unripe rice. This shaped basket is designed to store roasted green rice, a popular snack. Rice grains are harvested before fully ripe while still soft. Next they are roasted and pounded in the rice mortar to remove the hull. This flatters the soft grain which is eaten without cooking. The clueless form of the basket helps to keep the grain soft as they quickly harden with exposure to air. Man's basket and rain cape or tudung. Woven in many parts Luzon use a throat-shaped carrying basket or tudung, constructed of a layer of pandanus leaves gaad in ifugao, sandwiched between inner and outer frameworks of rattan. The basket doubles as rain cape when worn over the head due to its thick waterproof layers. Hat or suklong. Various types of basketry hats indicate social status and group relation. The colorful Bontoc bachelor's hat is made with red rattan or fabric and decorated with birds, storks, dogs' teeth, and chicken feathers. Potatoes or balyag. While rice is the most prestigious staple and ritual food in the Cordillera, sweet potatoes or camotes provide food for the majority of the population. More easily cultivated than rice, sweet potatoes can grow almost anywhere, and they provide sustenance for people and domestic animals. Live off sweet potatoes vine and parings are boiled and feed to hogs. And if we go about 20 to 30 varieties of sweet potatoes are cultivated, although plentiful, they are not considered a high status food or reserved in the same manner as rice. Chicken coop or ubi. Basket used in the Cordillera often protect and transport domestic animals include chicken, pigs, goats, and cattle. Chicken and pigs considered the most important of these animals are carefully tended. Among the Ifugao, for example, owner knows every single chicken in his flock. Chicken roam freely during the day, but at night their owners gather them into a special basket coop called ubi. They hang the basketry coops high above the ground under the eaves of the house to protect the chicken from rats, cats, and thieves. Hunter's backpack or inabnutan. Basketry containers historically played an indispensable role, not only in agriculture but also hunting and gathering. Hunters embarked on their expedition with plated backpacks. One version of the Ifugao backpack, called Inatbutan, is covered with a thick overlay palm fibers and repel ring. On the outbound journey to the pack, held in hundreds of provisions including perhaps a jar of rice, beer, which to make an offering to ensure a successful hunt. If luck and skill prevailed, the men returned to the village with their packs filled with meat. Returns to the village with their packs filled with meat. Basket or kamuan. After rice is processed, it is either cooked in boiling water or stored for later use. This kankanay kamuan has lizard-shaped handles, a decorative touch widely copied in recent years by basket makers in the commercial trade. A kamuan of this size can hold more rice than is needed of daily consumption, so it most likely was used in preparation for a celebration involving many guests. If for rice beer or gubon dibaya. Jar for rice beer or hinughugan. An important part of religious rituals and agricultural festivities, rice beer is made from glutinous rice and yeast. Approximately 15 bundles of rice are required to make a batch of rice beer that will fill the medium-sized ceramic jar. After the grain is threshed, hulled, and winnowed, it is toasted in an iron vat over an outer fire. The rice is then transferred to basket trays, the vat filled with water, and the rice poured back into the boil.
Gumagawa kami ng basket, nakalagay may. Ito po ay makikita sa gubat. Mahahaba po yung kanyang dahon na matinik.
Ang aking nilalala ay mga uri lang ng bagay tulad ng lukmoy, kamagsa at may ratan.
Mga paglalalang ganito ay nawawala na din.
Hindi naman namin siguro kaya yung mag-export na may bulyong-bulyong dami. Kung mayroong pangarap na ganayon, dapat yung ibang pamayanan ay maturuan. Nandiyan lang ng mga materialis na kala nila ay walang halaga, ay pala mayroong halaga. Ginagamit nilang gamit sa bahay, lagayan ng asin, patungan ng kaldero, hindi nabibili ng plastic.
Masarap pati na yung tutulugan mo ay sarili mong gawa. Marami talaga yung mahanga doon sa aming mga gawa.
Malaking bagay na yun sa akin. Nakikita ko yan, yan ay produkto lang ng isilti.
Hello, Lara here, the founder of Batak Craft, where we help the vanishing Batak tribe of the Philippines survive and thrive in the modern economy. By collaborating with the tribe in bringing their beautiful bamboo products to market, we not only help them keep their traditions alive, but we also empower them to protect the Philippines' last ecological frontier. And now, we're looking for your support to launch the Progress Collection, our pioneer batch of innovative indigenous designs.
The Batak are indigenous peoples who are said to be the first to set foot in the Philippines. According to estimates, there are less than 400 Batak members left, and those that remain believe daan ang Batak. Soon, there will be no more Batak. We've spent the last 2 years exploring Batak culture and going deep into their challenges as a tribe. By living with them, we discovered that their biggest struggles are earning a sustainable income and keeping good health. Traditionally hunters-gatherers, the Batak are now running out of food to eat. With the influx of outsiders coming in to compete unfairly for their harvest, many tribe members now suffer malnutrition and many are left vulnerable to disease. The lack of clean water and access to medical aid further aggravates the situation, and some Batak members literally die from illnesses that are easily treatable in the city. Today, Batak youth are enrolling in jobs outside the tribe, working for concessionaires in harvesting forest resources, and sometimes, out of desperation, working for mining companies in panning for gold. And yet, despite these challenges, the Batak are one of the happiest people I've known. They have so much indigenous wisdom and cultural heritage to offer, and they are grateful for all the support we can give. So, how do we contribute? By providing product development and marketing support, Batak Craft enables the tribe to focus on enriching their culture and on participating in the global conversation through storytelling. The Progress Collection is going to be our first line of design innovations on traditional Batak weave. The tribe has a limited range of products, consisting primarily of baskets and mats. But with such beautiful and unique patterns that we can weave into more functional products, we can help the Batak break into the competitive bamboo furniture industry and reach a wider client base. Each piece is meticulously handcrafted, and just like fingerprints, no two items are exactly alike. Weaving is a collaborative effort. When you buy a product, you are supporting at least 3 Batak family members who have worked together to create it. All the profits are split evenly with the Batak, and for every item you buy, you can feed a family of 3 for up to 2 days. If we reach our tipping point, we can sustain the Batak weaver families for 1.5 months. If we reach our stretch goal, we can also provide a 3-day training program to 8 Batak weavers who can then pass on their knowledge to the rest of the tribe. With your pledge, you can help save the Batak and protect our virgin forests.
We're helping rewrite the stories of their future, and we'd love to have you be part of it. So please be an agent of change and back our campaign today. Thank you.
Based on Bulacan provincial government, the Philippine jewelry making trade has been in existence since the early 16th century. Historical records indicate the jewelry making dates back to the late Stone Age as evidenced by bracelet pendants and beads from that era. It is believed that skill in making jewelry has been acquired the early Filipinos from Asian neighbors like Chinese. This video from YouTube will show us the life of Edison Alayon, a 50 years old man in jewelry industries. This is Cecilia Ramos, 68 years old woman who gives some history about how jewelry industries started.
Chinese dito sa Bulacan, may kawayan Bulacan. But they are the ones na nagturo sa amin how to make jewelry. Wala po kaming gold at wala po kaming raw materials like diamonds, pearls, colored stone. So kahit wala kaming raw material, nag-flourish ang jewelry industry. Since may kawayan is the center of the jewelry industry, master na namin halos ang aming craft. So kung merong platero all over the Philippines, galing may kawayan. Well sought ang ating mga platero sa other countries.
Honest ka talaga. Kasi ang ginto pera yan eh. Napakarabon yung plehe. Dito ko ibubuhos. Titimplahin mo. Kunyari, order sa'yo, 14K. Titimplahin mo na 14K. Kasi ang gintong pure gold ay 24K. Tunaw ka ng gold powder. Tatantyahin mo yung dami niya. Tsaka yung dami ng pinsi na yan, basta kayo sa litre. Yun kasi pinaghalo eh. Tutunawin mo. Maintindihan mo rin, kahit normal lang. Eh, hindi naman kung hindi nakapag-aral, hindi matalino. Ang talino yan. Hindi nasusukat na sa medalya. Eh, malakas ang alahas nun. Marami yumaman dito sa alahas. Talagang, yun ang hanap buhay dito. Pag sinabing may kawayan, kung hindi balat, alahas.
Marami kaming binibenta sa mga wholesale. Meron kami mga ahente, mga koridora na nagbebenta sa iba't ibang mga establishments, sa bangko, kung saan-saan.
Sinusukat ko para palalaparin ko sa itong ginto eh. Iluminado rin. Sasalang, tapos papatamin. Kung manipis, makitid lang naman yung plehe, madali lang batakin yun. Pero pag malapad, mahirap-hirap din. Dati mano-mano lang talaga. Batak, sunog, batak, sunog, batak, sunog. Kailangan full force ka na. Dahil para mapaikot mo yung lever ng laminador. Kailangan mapwersado ka. Yun, sa pagbabatak naman na pwersa eh, ng tudo. Hindi pwede yung lalampa-lampa ka. Malakas ako sa galang probinsya eh. Malakas sa mga probinsyano eh.
Tauhan ko yung father ni Edison. Sabi ng father niya, boy, pakisubukan mo nga. Meron akong isang anak na baka po pwede sa'yo. So, well, I gave him a chance. Tiningnan ko, pinaupo ko sa tokoy. Tiningnan ko how he works. And soon, I found out na magaling siya.
Kasi pag may kailangan siya, gusto niyang ipipersonalize niya yung gamit niya. O, kung mga sinturon, ako tinatawag na. Napapagawa sa akin mga gintong mga buckles eh. Siguro nakikita niyo yung abilidad ko. Siyempre, proud din siyempre. Pero may ka ng amo, parang importante ka. Ipapadron mo siya doon sa ginto. Saka titistisin mo o lalagariin mo para makuha may pattern. Kikikilin, tapos lilihahin. Hanggang sa mabuo yung alahas. Yung hitsura niya. Kailangan talaga, ilabas mo yung galing mo. Kasi pag nakita ng amo yun na magaling ka, hindi ka naman basta-basta bibitawan eh. Magaling ka eh. Yun ang magdadala sa iyo eh. Kahit sa anong aspeto ng buhay, kailangan ilabas mo yung galing mo. Ibuhos mo. Pag nabuo mo na, papansirin mo siya na para maging, ano siya, kunyari, flat siya, para maging ganun siya. Curve siya. Pampaganda din yan eh. Hindi siya matigas tingnan. Kasi, sabi siya napakagalakas ng alasong araw eh. Simula siya nahina nung mag-uusay kudita. Lagi magulo sa Manila nun eh. Yun, marami na perwisyo negosyo yun. Naging liberal kasi pagpasok ng import dito. Dumami dito yung gawang Singapore. Makikinang talaga yan. Pag tinignan mo, makintab yan. Diamond na ginagamit na pampait yan. Panlaban naman namin yung tibay naman eh. Ang Singapore naman, maninipis lang yan eh. Kaya mo sirain ng kuko mo lang yan. Mga halo lang mga gawa ng mga taga-ibang bansa. Mabubulto pero mga walang laman ng loob. Kaya madali siya masira. Nagawa ang Pinoy, hindi masyadong mapatid yun. Hindi naman kasi mga halo eh. Lagyan ko na siya ng design. Itutok-tok ko rito yung mga hugis na ito. Manipis lang to. Pwede mo mabutas. Kaya kailangan maingat. Yung hindi malakas, hindi mahina. Yung kontrolado lang talaga. Matagal na rin kami gumagawa, kaya kabisado na namin puwersa.
At pagka naman nahuli namin, they really have
Ipapalis na. Kaya iabot ko sa hindi ko na kasi trabaho ito. Papakitampin niya. Nilinisin para maging shiny.
Para mas mag-reflect yung design niya.
Kasi may mga rough surface pa rin yan eh. Na hindi kayang ng platero, kaya mga polisher nang magpapakintab. Ibibigay na sa stone sitter yun. Lalagyan ng mga diamonds na yun.
para naging sunset industry ang aming jewelry making dito sa May Kawayan.
Humina ang fine jewelry in the Philippines because, number one, sobrang tumaas ang presyo ng gold. Number two, before, kung nag-graduate ka, gusto mong gift jewelry. Now, not anymore. They want car, they want state-of-the-art gadgets, the latest style, yun ang kalaban ng jewelry.
Alam mo, si Edison, naglalagay siya ng iba-ibang diskarte na hindi ko makita sa ibang mga platero. Yun ang isang magaling na kaalaman niya.
Kahit ano iharap mo sa kanyang gawa, mahirap, madali, mura, nagtsatsaga siya. Yung ibang platero, hindi tinatanggap, pero siya hindi. Kahit tanso, kahit pilak, tinatanggap niya. Hindi siya, porket mahal to mahusay yung gagawin ko at mura. Hindi, pare-pareho siya.